As I said, the NBA All-Star Weekend happened, and I don't care. So much so that so many of my friends, including the fellow I'm going to introduce you to right now, asked me, "You're not doing an alternative play-by-play call of said event?" And I noted the sarcasm. This coffee with McCarthy is sponsored by Steph Curry Cognac. One, and it's lights out. I was stirring a little bit of this when Mr. McCarthy arrived. It's Coffee with McCarthy, presented by Invader Coffee, and Ryan McCarthy is here. How are you, my friend?
The NBA had an All-Star weekend, and I don't care. The NBA had an All-Star weekend, and I don't care. Almost couldn't get that out.
I'm not able to get that out because of the laughter and the serious tone behind the line. We talked about this at the tail end of last week. There is no All-Star Weekend anymore because it sucks.
Boring.
Well, big time boring.
What do you want to bet that the Olympics? The Olympics are getting better ratings than the All-Star Weekend is. Come on.
They've been doing that since the Olympics opened.
Worst timing ever for an All-Star game, my friend. Worst timing ever.
To say the least, worst timing ever. They're going up against the Olympics, in which most of the country is watching, especially when it comes to women's hockey or the hockey period. And then you got all the medal counts that everybody keeps a track of, yours truly included. My wife also. So we're paying attention to all of that. Meanwhile, there are people inboxing me, as you can tell by the crack in this phone, saying I need to cover said weekend. And I said, no. I went to, you know what's bad? Everybody was so excited about the slam dunk contest on Saturday. You know where I was? Sleeping. Getting a final few winks in before I did LSU Vanderbilt. LSU South Carolina. I beg your pardon.
Hey, Bishop Bullwinkle. Is Snowman covering the All-Star Weekend?
Thank you for that. And here is Diane.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
There's what did Cole call you? There's one for Brother Guest for that.
Thank you, Brother Snowman.
I had, before I did LSU South Carolina on Saturday, I had a fight with some modern NBA fans, and note the quotes around. Yeah, you get the idea. They were trying to tell me about the best slam dunk contest that they saw. And weird to me, it was 2016 forward. So within this conversation, I just walked by and I said February 5th, 1988, and I walked out. And for those of you who are in the know, Chicago Stadium. That's all I have to say.
And Larry Bird had the 3-point won the 3-point contest, walked in the locker room, said everybody else, which one of you mother fathers are finishing second?
Best lines of trash talk came from the old school. That's what a lot of people don't get and a lot of people don't understand. Yeah. So I did said game, signed off of here. I'm getting ready to go to bed. And then the second crack happened. Let me do this right for our EP emeritus, because he put this in here. One of these fools said, quote, "How can you say that? That's old." Close quote. And while I'm here now, I'll do something for you that I know you love dearly. And now a selection from the Wonder Bread Tabernacle Choir entitled Read Your Notes.
I love that one lady to the right and the lower right. She's like,
faking the daylights out of it, right?
She's faking it until she makes it. That's for sure.
Yes, and that's what the NBA is doing right now.
It's funny. I before I walked in the studio, I was looking at perusing social media.
Why were you doing that?
I'm a glutton for punishment. What can I say? And they were showing the format for the NBA All-Star game. And I'm thinking to myself, remember when old heads for the NHL were saying that Gary Bettman was trying to turn the NHL into the NBA? Mm-hmm. Well, now Adam Silver is trying to turn the NBA into the NHL. And we have come full circle. I love it.
And it wasn't that long ago when folks were saying that about Gary Bettman. It was not that long ago. In fact, it was a frame that was repeated for me up until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When they started digging the new format of the NHL All-Star game. Of course, there's no All-Star game this year because everybody's in Italy playing in the Olympics.
And last year was 4 nations.
Yep.
That replaced the All-Star game. And I love it. I personally love it.
4 Nations face off. And thank you, Fanatics, for the 4 Nations jersey you sent me.
Oh,
that 4 Nations face off was fantastic.
So much fun.
I hope
until the end.
Again. I hope they do it again.
I think they're going to bring it back.
Bring it back. There's your All-Star game right there. The 4 Nations face off. Not only for us hockey consumers that love hockey, but I can tap Fanatics on the shoulder and say, can I model some more gear for you on my show?
Yeah, right.
Which I did.
Well, let me put it to you this way. For the NHL, I think the best formula for them, you do 2 years in a row of the All-Star game, the current format you have. You have the 2 mini games, then you have the championship game, because it gives because here's what the NHL is really good at, and what they've gotten better at, incentivizing their players to be at All-Star weekend. You incentivize it. It's not like the NFL where the Pro Bowl is optional. It's not like the NBA where it's a complete joke. It's not like Major League Baseball where it's like, all right, you send one representative from each team.
Yeah.
Like, no. Maybe it's time to reformat the All-Star game too. NBA, NHL, NBA All-Star game, MLB All-Star game, excuse me. But the NHL has done it best. I think ever since they had those games where it was 12-10 score, and you got Crosby picking a team, you got Ovechkin picking a team, and it's like, this ain't it. And the NHL said, look, fans are turning it off. We have to switch up the format. And it's like, all right, let's play a 3-on-3 game. I think it's 10 minutes. It was a 10-minute period. And then if both teams are tied, we go to a shootout. And the winner of the tournament, they get $1 million to split between everyone on the team. It incentivizes the players to go and represent their division. It also incentivizes the fans because it's a new format that's fresh. So you keep those next 2 years. You have the All-Star game. The next year's All-Star game is going to be in. I think it's going to be on Long Island, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
At UBS Arena. So you have an All-Star game in 2027. You have an All-Star game in 2028. And in 2029, as a warm-up to the Olympics in 2030 in Salt Lake City, you have the 4 Nations Cup. Have 4 Nations, and hopefully by then, this fakakta conflict in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine is over, and we have Russia represented as one of the teams in the 4 Nations. That would be
fabulous. That would be so much fun. The Red Army returns.
Yeah.
The Red Army returns. My wife asked me a question and my wife knows I'm the sports nerd in the house, even though she does watch football a lot with me. She walks by me and she says, when was the last great All-Star game you watched? Because it had to be in our era.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I have two of them. She said, what's that? 88 in Chicago, of course, Chicago Stadium, and 92 in Orlando. Magic Johnson's return.
We're talking about NBA All-Star game, right?
NBA All-Star game, yes.
Okay. 89 was fun.
NBA, 89 was fun down in the Astrodome.
Yep.
89 was fun. 87 was fun in the Kingdome.
Yep.
84, which was the first overtime All-Star game I watched, and the East won that game by 9 at McNichols Arena. That was a watch, but it was personal for me in 88 because, of course, it was in Chicago and Michael Jordan showed out. Then 92 with the Magic Johnson story and his comeback and the way he led the team there. Those will be two of my favorites.
Yep.
But everything since 1994. No, check that. Everything since 1998.
Yeah.
In MSG.
Madison Square Garden. Yep.
No, not even 2003 when Michael was supposed to ride off into the sunset on that fadeaway on the baseline, but then Then Jermaine O'Neal messed it up by committing a foul with less than 5 seconds remaining.
Jermaine O'Neal. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
and what also turned off the NBA All-Star game for me was when they put it behind a paywall we like to call TNT. No, thank you.
I think the NBA All-Star game was ruined when was it the East or the West scored over 200 points two or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I only saw a 200-point game once in college, 1992, and then all the rest of them were for like charity events where I saw a 200-point game. I never seen a 200-point game in the All-Star game.
No, I made a prediction on social media during the 2010s. I said NBA All-Star game, we're going to have a 200-point game for either one or both teams within the next decade. And sure shooting, 2020 was it 2023 or 2024? It happened.
Yeah, 200-point game.
Yeah,
200-point game. That's when you know, at least for those of us who actually paid attention to the growth and now the disintegration of the NBA All-Star game. That's when you know it's cooked. When you have an All-Star team. It's one thing to see an All-Star team score 150 points, but there's pride involved. There's defense involved. There's players that actually want to play the game involved. And as I said a million times before, and Cole Johnson before me, move this back a little bit. There's actually a few All-Stars in the doggone game.
An All-Star game.
Yes. My wife heard that rant and cracked up.
That's such a great bet. I remember that. I cracking up so much. No All-Stars.
When Cole did that, when Cole did that, I couldn't stop laughing. So when every year since he did that, when the subject of the All-Star game comes up, I have to incorporate it because it's the truth.
It's the truth. It's the doggone truth.
It's the doggone truth. There are no All-Stars in what you would like to call an All-Star game. NFL, take notes. Same situation.
Is that even a Pro Bowl anymore?
No.
Or is it just oh my gosh.
I'm
censoring myself. I'm censoring myself as to what to call it.
I have this button next to me and I've been ordered not to push it once today, so I'm really censoring myself because my producer is laughing in my ear right now and she's having a good time listening to this. But the All-Star games, save the NHL, where they have incentivized the players to actually play. The All-Star games are cooked. They're done. They're done. You need to. Someone asked me, how would you fix the All-Star game? One game, 4 quarters, may the best team win. And the reason they changed up the format and stopped calling it East versus West, you know this reason very well, is because the East just kept getting demolished.
Yep. The West was just better. They were the better conference.
You want to do something at Eastern Conference. Here's a concept for you. Want to do something about it? Beat them. Just beat them. And because Adam Silver got a little itchy and got a little trigger happy, he says, okay, we're going to change it and let the players pick their own teams. Why? Why would you do that?
Because we copied the NHL.
That's
Get
exactly
full circle. Full circle, baby.
Full circle. We just come full circle now that the NBA has copied the NHL's format. When the old heads were saying Gary Bettman was doing the same, was trying to turn the NHL into the NBA for the All-Star game. Now we got the full circle going on, and no one's watching.
Nobody's watching.
And I couldn't be happier.
Yep.
But I also had some folks tell me that the best, you're going to get such a kick out of this. The best all-star dunk contest came from Aaron Gordon.
Who?
I beg to differ.
Who?
Exactly. Why are you picking 2016? Like, did you see the dunks? Yes. Well, why can't you be impressed with those? Because I've seen better. I was at the dunk contest on February 5th, 1988. My whole family was. Lost our ears for 24 hours, but hey.
Well, that's what it was. The All-Star game was affordable.
Yes. That's when it was affordable, when it was in your hometown. It was also incentivized because you didn't have to pay for parking. The city alone drew the interest. And not only that, pay attention to other All-Star games, the players drew the interest. So what do? You make it affordable so everybody can go see the players they want to see, because it's not going to be affordable once the regular season kicks back into high gear, especially given it was 88 at the time. The Bulls wound up not only competing but achieving, what do we like to call it? A playoff spot. And then at the time, Michael Jordan was on his way to becoming most valuable player in 1988. So the media in Chicago picked up on that. The Bulls operations picked up on that. And yeah, they drove some of the ticket prices. Down, but for the front row seats, no, you leave those where they are. The Bulls did it right for 3 years in the stadium. And then they won their first championship. And I don't have to tell you the rest of that story with the ticket prices going through the roof.
Yep. As soon as it became as soon as the NBA became a global product, that's when he knew prices were going to go.
Yep. And they have not stopped climbing.
Nope.
They have not stopped climbing, nor will they stop climbing for a product that has been in the toilet for many years. You have your players that, can to a point carry the league. Victor Wembanyama, Stephen Curry, a couple of others. All right. But you don't have consistent, constant, great players. You don't have players that make their way into the league.
I have an idea.
All right.
I have an idea to make the All-Star game better. Instead of sending the stars, you send the bench players.
You know what? That would actually work.
That would be entertaining because
be fun.
They would be playing defense. They would be playing. We get a chance to shine. Okay.
Yes.
Send the bench players. Send the 12th men. Send the 12th men of every single team. The end of the bench. Send them to the All-Star game.
And you got 30 teams, so you can more than fill out a East and West roster. Send the 12th man for all 30 teams.
Send the 12th man for all 30 teams, because that way they get a chance to play. They get a chance to let their skills be shown, and they get a little extra money in their pockets.
You just took the next idea out of my head. You know what you do for all the bench players when you send them to the All-Star game? You put a little cash in their pockets. Say, look, the process is flawed of selecting All-Stars. So we're going to send a 12th man on each team to the All-Star game, and we're going to drop you a little cash to play.
Yep. Play conference versus conference. Play
conference versus conference.
Division versus division.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to make the NBA into the NHL. This is how you do it. You take the 12th man from every team. You play 3-on-3 full court.
Mm-hmm.
The best team win 10-minute periods, and the championship game winning team gets $1 million to split for themselves with no escrow.
None. And please, dear God, and now I know Allie's going to laugh at this later in the week. Please don't let this 3-on-3 tournament be like unrivaled. Dear Lord. And you don't put the and what you don't.
The women's okay. The women's okay.
Yeah, that.
You mean we don't get a showcase of Angel Reese's bricklaying skills?
Don't you start with me. And the bad part is that was the first thing I went to as soon as the phrase left my mouth.
Yeah. I saw a social media post from The Athletic trying to prop her up. I'm like, really? We're putting masonry into the mainstream. Like, what are we doing, The Athletic? Come on.
You know, and
she's got a great PR team, by the way. I just got to say that. All right.
Yeah, she does. She does. I'll give her that.
Give her that credit. Yep.
And I've had, like, what don't you like about Angel Reese? The fact that she can't play basketball. What about that?
She had one shining moment where you got the picture of her doing this past Caitlin Clark, and that's her claim to fame. And she hasn't done trademarking the term "me bound."
And she hasn't done a doggone thing since April of 2023. Now, I will give her credit for this. She had one gutty game, and it came against Iowa in the regional final the following year. When on a bad knee, she had 17 points and 21 rebounds. I'll give you that. But
that was in Albany, by the way. That was in Albany, by the way.
It was in Albany. It was at Knickerbocker Arena. And yes, I'll forever call it Knickerbocker Arena.
You, me, both.
Yeah. I don't care what they call it now. It's Knickerbocker Arena. And the first time I ever saw a tournament game at Knickerbocker Arena, CBS was there. It was a men's tournament. And something was said on the air that shouldn't have been aired by one of the players, because they were trying. It was a triple overtime game. I believe it was triple overtime. And the player at the free throw line was trying to coax a free throw to fall, and the microphone in the net picked up what he said.
Oh no.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. I heard that and laughed my head off when it was said. And I'm thinking, I thought the networks were good at eliminating those. But then as I got into media more, heat of the moment, you can't catch all of them.
Nope.
And as much as networks already tried to hit the dump button, you're talking about a basketball game, very, very competitive. And they were in the second or third overtime. They were in overtime. The kids were tired.
Yeah.
The kids were tired. I mean, it's not Syracuse and UConn and MSG where they went 7 overtimes.
Yep. Jerry McNamara. That's where he heard the name.
Current
coach at Siena University, by the way, in Loudonville.
7 overtimes. I did a football game that lasted 6 overtimes. I did a football game that lasted 6 overtimes. I did a basketball game that lasted 4 overtimes. And with that game, it was Chicago State and Utah Valley, and they had just kicked open the new basketball arena on campus. So Utah Valley comes in, and they had a fellow by the name of Ryan Toulson, who was their leading scorer. I didn't realize what I'd be in for that night.
Oh, no.
I got there early. We set up shop. I taped my coach's interview. I taped my player interview. I had plenty of time to mix it all together and put it in the pregame show, which at that time was 45 minutes. Got all of it done. Then Chicago State went up by 10. I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a runaway.
No.
Utah Valley goes up 13. Okay, they're going to wrap it up.
Nope.
79 all by the time we start overtime. It was tied at 79, and then tied at 94. It was tied at 79, and then 94, and then tied at 104. Excuse me. That one was coming at the end of the third overtime. And then the fourth overtime ended on a controversial blocked shot. And my body was thinking, thank the Lord, I can go home.
Yeah. I've been to a triple overtime playoff game before at Knickerbocker Arena for hockey. That was Albany River Rats and Hamilton Bulldogs, like in 1997 or 98. Can't remember which year.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was talk about tense.
Yes. You know what nearly killed me that night? I drank a lot of Sprite. I drank a lot of water. I was handed, just a moment. My boss at the time said, we want you not to sound raspy on the air. So he gave me one of these. He gave me one of these.
Yeah.
And he said, go in the press room and fill it with ice water.
Mm-hmm.
I did that 5 times.
Oh.
And in between the second and third overtime, and I was much heavier than I am right now, I performed the sprint of my life. When I ducked behind press row to get to the bathroom and was on my way back just as the horns sounded to get ready to go to the third overtime. And I was only running 90-second breaks. So I sprinted to the bathroom and back in 90 seconds. We didn't get out of there with all the wrap up and everything and the post game meal. We didn't get out of there until 2 a.m.
Ugh.
I got home and told my boss, I am sleeping. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not writing any game notes. Exactly. I'm not doing a thing until my body gets at least 12 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you know it? He called me and he said, can you come in and do it? No. Like, why don't you want to do this interview? It's important. Because my body is tired after last night. And I hear his assistant cracking up. She finally said, postpone the interview till tomorrow and let him sleep.
Yeah.
I got my sleep. And then I had to go on the road for 5 days.
Oof.
Yeah, I paid for it. All right, Jody's giving me the cue. We got to go. But this is Ryan McCarthy. You can hear him each and every week here on Snowman in the Morning. Coffee with McCarthy is presented in part by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. And thank you for that lead 3 years ago that led to that association. Thank you, my friend. Welcome. I appreciate you very, very much. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
This Coffee with McCarthy is sponsored by Steph Curry Cognac. One, and it's lights out. Don't touch that dial. Snowman in the Morning, back in the deuce.